Before we start the video, let's take a quick look at today's main headlines.
Shekinah Garner defended herself after a heated fight with Thaís on 90 Day Fiancé, The Last Resort. Following their near-physical confrontation, Shekinah faced backlash for saying "go back to your country." She insisted the remark referred to unacceptable violent behavior, not nationality, while maintaining she was defending herself and criticizing what she viewed as unfair treatment from both the cast and viewers.
Now, let's take a closer look at the full update.
The latest episode of the reality series 90 Day Fiancé, The Last Resort featured one of the season's most heated confrontations, as Shekinah Garner became involved in a dramatic on-air argument with fellow cast member Thaís. What began as another verbal disagreement quickly escalated into a near-physical altercation that left the rest of the cast stunned and sparked intense debate among viewers online. Following the episode, Shekinah took to social media to defend both her actions and one of the most controversial remarks she made during the fight. Throughout the season, viewers have watched the relationship between Shekinah and Thaís steadily deteriorate. Interestingly, the two women had never actually met in person before filming the retreat. However, they had followed each other on social media before production began. According to Shekinah, she discovered that Thaís had unfollowed her and removed her as a follower on Instagram before filming started. During the very first night at the resort, Shekinah confronted Thaís about the situation. Thaís insisted she did not know how it had happened, but Shekinah felt she was being dishonest and walked away from the conversation frustrated. That disagreement marked the beginning of an ongoing rivalry that continued throughout the season. As tensions grew among the cast, another source of conflict emerged involving Thaís' husband, Patrick Mendez. Patrick upset several cast members after making comments about money and relationships. During one conversation, he criticized Guillermo Royer for not earning enough to support his wife, Cara, suggesting that if the couple ever divorced, Guillermo could pursue part of the income Cara earns from her OnlyFans account. Shekinah also accused Patrick of repeatedly making broad statements implying that women are often motivated by money and labeling them as gold diggers. Those comments did not sit well with Shekinah. During a confessional interview, she expressed frustration with Patrick, saying she was tired of him creating unnecessary drama. She also criticized him for bringing up controversial remarks previously made by her husband, Sarper Guven, about fellow cast member Rebecca Parrott when everyone else seemed ready to move forward. Shekinah argued that Patrick continued making sweeping generalizations about women and described him as one of the most superficial people she had ever met, encouraging him to look beyond surface-level assumptions instead of judging an entire gender. The disagreement soon continued during a group gathering. Shekinah directly confronted Patrick, telling him he had what she described as a poor man mentality and accusing him of unfairly portraying women as gold diggers. She argued that he was pretending to understand women on a deeper level than he actually did and challenged his opinions in front of the group. Thaís quickly stepped in to defend her husband, but her involvement only intensified the confrontation. Shekinah responded by telling Thaís to focus on her husband, accusing Patrick of discussing money with Sarper and encouraging Guillermo to take advantage of Cara financially if their marriage ever ended. Wanting Cara to hear exactly what Patrick had allegedly said, Shekinah called her over to join the conversation. As she attempted to explain the earlier discussion, Thaís repeatedly interrupted in an effort to clarify Patrick's comments. The situation escalated rapidly. Shekinah waved her hand toward Thaís and told her to stop talking. Thaís reacted angrily by moving closer, putting her hands near Shekinah's face, and threatening to fight her. Moments later, Shekinah pushed the glassware across the table in Thaís' direction, prompting Thaís to lunge toward her. The confrontation nearly became physical before others intervened. During the heated exchange, Shekinah shouted several insults, including the phrase, "Go back to your country." That particular comment immediately became one of the most talked about moments of the episode. Many viewers criticized the statement, interpreting it as an anti-immigrant insult directed at Thaís, who was originally from Brazil. The backlash quickly spread across social media, with fans questioning why Shekinah chose those words during the argument. In response to the criticism, Shekinah shared several messages on Instagram explaining what she claimed she actually meant. She thanked supporters who believed they had seen the situation accurately and argued that many people were overlooking what she described as a physical attack against her. According to Shekinah, her comment was never intended to target Thaís' nationality. Instead, she claimed she meant that Thaís should return to a place where behaving violently towards someone would be considered acceptable because, in Shekinah's view, that behavior is unacceptable where she comes from. Shekinah also referenced a recent incident involving Thaís and Patrick, noting that Patrick had reportedly contacted police after an argument that allegedly left him with visible scratches on his face. She used that situation to argue that acts of physical aggression have legal consequences where they live, reinforcing her belief that violence should never be tolerated. Alongside her own statements, Shekinah shared a supportive comment from a fan who argued that many viewers ignored the fact that she was nearly attacked physically. The supporter questioned why harsh words were receiving more criticism than an alleged act of physical aggression and suggested that the sequence of events had been unfairly reversed in public discussions, making Shekinah appear to be the primary villain. Shekinah later posted a series of videos addressing additional criticism. Responding to comments pointing out that her own husband, Sarper, is an immigrant, she insisted that this fact should make it obvious she was not attacking Thaís because of her nationality. She explained that her words were directed at Thaís as an individual rather than at her country of origin. She even admitted that, during the argument, she did not actually know where Thaís was from. According to Shekinah, the phrase was simply meant to tell Thaís to return to wherever she believed such behavior was considered acceptable. She also reflected on her own relationship with Sarper, explaining that during disagreements he had occasionally threatened to return to his home country. She said she never interpreted those statements as insults toward her own country and therefore did not understand why people automatically assumed her remark carried anti-immigrant intentions. In another video, Shekinah revealed that she has experienced domestic violence in the past and previously obtained a restraining order against a former partner. She explained that the confrontation with Thaís was especially upsetting because she had never before experienced what she viewed as physical aggression from another woman. She added that she found the situation particularly frustrating because she believed she had been defending women during the conversation before becoming the target of hostility herself. Addressing criticism that she is not supportive of other women, Shekinah argued that her actions throughout the season demonstrated otherwise. She pointed out that she had spoken up in defense of Cara by objecting to Patrick's comments about Cara's OnlyFans income, while claiming that Thaís remained silent during those conversations. She questioned why she was being labeled the villain when she believed she had been standing up for another woman. Shekinah also revealed that she had originally planned to make a positive first impression on the cast. According to her, she arrived at the retreat with thousands of dollars worth of gifts for the women. She claimed production would not allow her to distribute the presents on the first night, even after she offered to do it without filming the moment. Eventually, she said, she ended up giving the gifts to members of the production crew instead. She acknowledged that her direct personality can sometimes make people uncomfortable but insisted she is generous, caring, and loyal to people who treat her with respect. Her final social media post added another layer of controversy. She shared a message claiming someone had told her it was actually kind that she said, "Go back to your country," because she could have said, "Go back to your village," a reference to Thaís growing up in a small and relatively poor village in Brazil. That final remark generated further discussion among fans already divided over one of the season's most explosive confrontations.